And there's an audience for people that, they're a little insecure about their whatever.
The LeBron people.
Yeah.
How did
LeBron
Shea get
bring
in
him up because
He doesn't like LeBron. He's a Kobe fan. I like LeBron.
He's all over back here. You started off already.
What episode is this on?
What episode is this?
Yes.
It's episode
6.
6.
All right. Episode 6, Behind The Kix. I'm Crook, Vontae, go by many names, Coach, Father.
Why you sound so bland today?
I hate him.
You have to start over.
Yeah, because he made me ruin.
Nah, this is supposed to be like that.
We live.
Yeah, y'all be cutting out or what?
We just,
y'all,
It's going to be all in there.
Bet.
Episode 6, Behind The Kix.
Okay.
I'm Crook, that's Josh. We got Brad, a special guest.
How you doing?
I got a barber, businessman, entrepreneur, athlete, and a strong beard oil coming soon. We can't tell you everything yet.
We can't show you the logo
It's a
yet.
secret.
But
coming soon.
It's
It's a
right here.
secret.
It's for people like this, not for people like this.
You don't get
Or
beard.
people like this,
In construction.
not for people like this.
Well, you don't just need a beard. You can rub it on your skin and all that. But, we'll get into marketing
All that.
a little bit later.
All that. So episode 6, Behind The Kicks. Thank you for coming on and being a guest. We're in a private location, very nice in Dallas. Very nice little chill.
Private, so don't look back here because you can probably find out where he lives.
Yeah. So
Private through your window.
literally. So I'm gonna let Josh. You got some questions. You first, get the background of it, the guest.
Coming. First of all, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
No doubt.
Thank you for being on the
pulling
podcast.
through.
I appreciate y'all.
Some people don't pull through to the podcast. But anyways, I just want to thank Brad for you've been my barber for what? It's been over a year.
Just about over a year.
But you've been cutting my brother's hair for how long?
I've been cutting Dara's hair for about 2 years now.
Ever since he was over there.
I was at Yellow Rose and he pushed up on me, came up when I first started, got out of barber school, came in with his, I think it's his wife now. I don't know if he had a girlfriend before, but he came in and gave me a shot and he's been rocking with me ever since.
But Brad been cutting hair. He cut hair pretty good, man. Like, you can't find a lot of people that cut hair good.
Out of Texas.
I can't.
It's tough.
It's just hard. Maybe it's the humidity in Texas. It's hard for barbers to know exactly how to cut.
It's hard to find barbers to do natural haircuts. Everybody now want to do Beijing dye, draw line. It's natural cuts. Like preserving what you have is hard. From what I've seen, you can do that.
I keep it simple. I do what I know and I do what I'm good at. I really don't try to add in no extra. My thing is I'm gonna charge a premium if I can cut a premium haircut. I don't really need no extra enhancements. If you want that, I can educate myself on that. But I just try to give you the best haircut.
Man, you be seeing people. I was just at a tournament. The dude had Beijing dye, a adult, and he was sweating out in the middle of the tournament. Like you could see him.
Oh yeah, coming on.
And then like 10
Well,
minutes.
that's like that one dude you said that was from Chicago. You sent me to. That was right before I got a haircut from him.
Was
That
it
was
cute?
2 weeks before.
Was it cute?
I don't remember.
We ain't
his
gonna
name.
talk about
Don't say his name.
Yeah.
Some people like that. Some people like that. I know I've had clients tell me that they wouldn't have booked with me if they saw that I had like Beijing or whatever on my
It gets
enhancements.
crazy.
They just some people just don't like it. So there's a crowd. There's an audience for that. There's an audience for people that just like regular haircuts, and there's an audience for people that they're a little insecure about their whatever.
The LeBron people.
Yeah.
How did
Sorry,
LeBron
I just
Shea
have to
get
bring
in
him
this?
up because
He doesn't like LeBron. He's a Kobe fan. I like
He's
LeBron.
all
so
over. He's all over back here.
Deion Sanders, maybe get Deion Sanders. But
Deion.
I had a question. What made you get into barbering? Now it seems like we're in an age where you don't really need a barbershop to be a hair barber. Everybody's mobile. We're all more. I say the pandemic helped everybody get their hustle up. I feel like we're in a world now like it's not a traditional barbershop, and you have people that work crazy schedules, so you have to adjust that. So how do you balance barbering and your personal life and giving your clients the balance? Because your barber is like your right hand man, like for us, like it's everything.
For sure. I've been barbering for as long as I can remember. Honestly, what got me into it was, at every level of life, whether I was playing football, whether I was, you know, trying to be a bartender, being in college. It was always in my back pocket. I had always, for some reason, they're like, yo, Brad, like, come edge me up, you know, you in the locker room or whatever the case it may be. I'm back home with my cousins, St. John, or my brothers. Hey, Brad, come shot me up. So, you know, with that being in my back pocket at every level in life, I just kind of, after college, I was like, man, if I got enough time in life to pursue this, I'm gonna pursue it, because, you know, I feel like that was just kind of God talking to me. So, what was the question?
Oh, you answered it.
Yeah.
It was
Did I answer the question?
You did it perfect.
Okay,
You led me
perfect,
into it,
perfect.
and you did another thing to segue. I did a little homework on, you know, good homework. Nothing
He
criminal.
finally did his homework.
Yeah.
I
Usually he
tell you
does the
that.
homework.
Usually I do all the
Yeah,
homework
it's
because I don't
usually
know
him.
anybody
Yeah,
that
it's
he
you.
bring it on the show.
But I did my homework. Also, I see you had a career with football. You know, what was your background in that, especially you know, football? I know in Texas and different states. I'm not originally from here, but I know football is like serious out here. It's like Super Bowl. So, what's your upbringing in sports? You know, did some of those traits with sports carry over to your barbering? You know, like how was it with football starting out before you went to barber? How was that?
Most definitely, football was cool, man. Like ball was life at one point. You know, that's really all I did. That's really all I knew. I got two brothers. You know, and I'm the middle child, so you know we grew up in the backyard in the Colonsat. You know, crazy Super Bowls and stuff like that. But I was good in high school, man. Ended up getting the scholarship. I was supposed to go to Louisiana Tech to go play football, man. Was getting offered my junior year and stuff like that, and you know got big headed and wasn't able to make my my SAT scores and stuff like that. So I had to go Juco. So I ended up going to Cisco Junior College for 2 years. Balled out there. I played safety. Ended up kind of getting lost in the system, man. Kind of, you know, getting hurt, going through injuries and stuff like that, and went to Texas Tech. And I was thinking about walking on up there, but by the time I got there, I was banged up. Mentally, I wasn't in it no more. So I had to pivot when I got to Texas Tech. I was still on the fence of playing football and really just going through an identity crisis is what I was going through when I got to Texas Tech, man. So when I got to Texas Tech, I finally, you know, I was real with myself, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna play no more. You know, I'm just not gonna do it no more. So with barbering being in my back pocket, you know, obviously I picked the clips up, and you know, that's barbering. I was able to find myself through barbering, really. But I mean, we can get into, you know, my whole Texas Tech journey down the line. If y'all got any more questions with that? But I played 2 years Juco ball, and only played for 2 years in college, and you know, just. But as far as playing ball and stuff like that, definitely, man, I feel like being an athlete, it builds character. You know what I mean? I definitely use the same mindset that I you know, had playing football, and I bring that to barbering, man. Whether it's being, you know, having perseverance or you know, just attacking it. You know what I mean? You gotta, you know, when you're playing football, you gotta be in certain positions. So you know, even with barbering, I was teaching my boy St. John.
He's nice. He over here right in the middle of the interview. He's so clutch. He teaches somebody how to cut, and the cut look good. Ain't no hair cuttery cut. He faded in the middle of the interview. This man is multitasking.
So if you hear the clippers in the back,
he out here
it's
doing.
happening.
He one of them. He one of the ones.
It's attacking it, man. So with anything that I do, I'm gonna attack it. Just like, you know, with football, I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna study it, and I'm gonna hope for the best results. So. Yeah, that's kind of the mindset that I have with barbering, and that's the mindset that I had when I was playing football.
Gotcha. And another thing too, I wanted to touch on. You kind of led it to it. I think it's real dope that most people in sports, when you play so young and it don't work out, you have bad situations. We see it in NFL basketball. You like, yo, so and so was cold. Now you in drug. The Delonte West story. You know, like you lose yourself. But I think it's dope. Do you think your groundedness with maybe your family, your upbringing? Because a lot of people don't get grounded when it don't work out for them. Like, I'm not from here, but I got a million people. I'm from Gary, Indiana. A lot of athletes I know that was supposed to be something that didn't work out. I see them back home. What was your mental toughness for you to be able, like, it ain't working out, but I'm not going to go off the deep end? Like, you know, everybody got trials and tribulations, but you hear a lot of football stories. You see it, like, dude didn't work out. He didn't, you know, hustling, drugs, jail, or, you know, it's just issues in every sport. So, what was you able to, you know, compartmentalize, like, I didn't make it, but it's not over, and I'm gonna keep going?
Most definitely. It was just like not letting nobody else control my narrative. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people when you're in those certain situations, or in my situation, I had a scholarship to go play at Division I college. I lost that scholarship, had to go junior college. So between that time period, people start creating that narrative about you. I had 2 brothers. My little brother went to Texas. My older brother went to KU.
So they're like, why are they doing that?
So now naturally people looking at the middle child, and they're trying to create that narrative of, man, like, what's he gonna do? You know what I mean? Or what hasn't he done? So I had that mindset going in, and I just wasn't gonna let nobody control my narrative. Right. I was gonna push through. And I had that identity crisis when I went to Texas Tech. It was new. Not having coaches wake you up, and you had to be accountable for your actions. You don't really got your mama, your daddy, your coaches kind of telling you, hey, Brad, it's on you. So, when I went there, I told myself, I was going to do this. I was going to get my degree. I'm Nigerian, so it was no and if or buts.
Right. Education is key.
Education. Coming up, it wasn't. My parents weren't really like, you got to play football. We African kids. We actually we didn't know how good we was.
Right.
We happened to be good.
Right.
So it wasn't like we needed to go and be professional athletes. We came from a grounded family to where college was it. My grandpa went to college. My dad went to college. My mom went to college. Like, I come from educated a foundation to where I wasn't gonna be the only one that just because football didn't work out. I wasn't gonna be the only one that didn't go that didn't finish through.
Can't be that guy.
I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna people already got this narrative about you. I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna fight through it. So that was kind of my situation going into Texas Tech and kind of overcoming that. The sayings your dad tells you, all those come back to play. My dad told me a lot during that time period of transitioning into just being a regular Joe, or call it what you want to call it.
I know before, we have plenty of talks while I'm sitting in that chair. But I know before we talked about the whole Juco route. So if y'all don't know already, Juco is like probably the hardest route to take. Cause
you got to be nice. It's nothing but D1 players just like yourself.
Yeah,
it's
so
not
you
soft.
like
it's actually harder.
You're a needle in a haystack really over there. But me personally, like when we was talking about it before, I never fully asked you the question of when you was doing the whole Juco thing, like how did that prepare you? Cause that's a whole different world over there.
Yeah,
and that's like, I already know. I know a lot of people that went the Juco route, and a lot of them they were like, man, I ain't dealing with this. It's like way more discipline there, I would say, than at a regular college. Sometimes.
Most definitely. That prepared me in the sense of definitely, the perseverance, getting through it, because it's definitely the jail of football. Everybody there is mad. You know what I mean?
You're not supposed to be there.
You're supposed to be there. Everybody's mad, man. So it's a dog eat dog world, really. The coaches is trying to get out. You're trying to get out. So it created thick skin for sure for me. For life. You know what I mean? Once you go through that at an early age, you ain't got no other choice. It goes back to not nobody creating my narrative. It created thick skin for me out of that situation, man. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my 2 years here, and my mindset was I'm gonna get out this Juco, whether I play football or not. I'm gonna get out. And it's more than this. It's gonna be more than this. This is not it. I played with guys where, unfortunately, that was it. You can go back to the hood or whatever the case it may be, and I got a couple guys that died. I got a couple guys that I played with that went to prison and stuff like that. So I know that could have been the reality, but I just want to go let that be the reality for myself. It comes back to having that thick skin. Juco's going, you're gonna have thick skin, man. You talk to guys that go play D1 ball and they dealing with Juco dudes. They'll tell you, those dudes got a little bit more thicker skin just because of what they have to go through to get to that point. So that's really what it did for me.
Okay. Yeah. And I had one more question too. Like, I know you mentioned Nigerian, so Nigerian. You know, can you explain your upbringings and are you originally from here?
I'm originally from here, so
Okay.
I was born in Arlington.
Okay.
I was born in Arlington, Texas. Nigerian household, Nigerian upbringing, background. I know Igbo.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandma would come down whenever we were young, my dad's mom, and she couldn't speak English. So all she spoke was Igbo. So we had to learn how to understand, communicate with my grandma. So that's how me and my brothers learned how to do that. And then, just growing up in a Nigerian household, you're cultured, the ideologies, whatever you want to call it, that's your parents are instilling that in you. So just being in a Nigerian household, no matter if I haven't been there or not, I'm full-blooded, I'm Nigerian at heart. So as I've gotten older, I appreciate the culture more, and I want to indulge in the culture more. So I'm ready to go out there and kiss the ground, really.
I think it's more accepted now. I coach AAU, and two of my kids are Nigerian. What I like about, they're very disciplined. Family is a big deal. Like, I'm really close with one of the parents. Like, and her kid is like my other kid, but it's real. Like, I think us as Americans, some of the things we lose is like the culture y'all have. Like, it's really family. Like, we all we got. We look out, And also, too, I like my wife's from New York. When we go to New York, I heard Afro beats like a long time ago, like probably 5 years ago. Malik Berry, she was playing Tim, dude named Odell, some other dude she's playing. But I just noticed in New York it's a melting pot. But I kind of like now that we're catching on to it now. But how do you feel about like Afro beats, kind of like being the new wave? Like it's on the radio now.
Yeah.
5 years ago, you knew about it, like. But now you can be like, oh, no one knew about it. But like, how do you feel like now it's getting mainstream? You feel like it's kind of getting too pop? Or it's kind of like you happy that it's bringing the culture forward?
I like that it's bringing the culture forward. I like that people are collaborating with culture. I like that they're, hopefully we can keep it at cultural education, right? And not water it down. Hopefully that people are actually like wanting to learn about it or appreciate it. Not just for entertainment, but like. No, I like it, man. I grew up listening to Afrobeat. It's not what it was. It's what it was back then. But your parents. Honestly, man, like my mom and dad would come pick us up from school, jamming some Nigerian music and stuff. But back then we were a little bit more embarrassed. They rolling up. You were elementary
it, but
school.
you like, man, that it's fire. But
Come on,
that joint down. Yeah.
So it's interesting that everybody's catching on to it now. Everybody's appreciating the culture more. It's dope. It's really dope. Like I said, I hope people actually taking appreciating to it and not just for entertainment, but like actually
get into the culture.
Indulge in the culture and understand it. And yeah.
And if you could name like what are like some of you, it could be 3, 5, whatever you feel. But I want you, since you know the code, I always like to talk to people like, I'm not from here, so if I talk to somebody that's from Texas, they can tell me like some artists that's like, really the core people. What are some Afrobeat artists or Nigerian artists that's like, your playlist, you like, okay, I gotta get this on, like it's
your go-to.
Your go-to with some ones that we need to hear about. Not because I know we're hearing the Tim Day sample. I'm so sick of the radio playing I'll Wait For You with Future in there. Stop playing that song. I hear it 20,000 times, I'm sorry. The original song is better though. By Tim's. It's Tim's featuring. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah. With Drake and all that.
But the original was way better.
Yeah.
Like I heard the original. My wife let me hear. I'm like, why they playing the radio? This is trash. But what are some of the artists that people check for? Like
So I like, man. I like Umo Obeligbo. And he's an Igbo artist, man. And I'm just kind of getting into him. He's a Nigerian Igbo artist. He's a little bit more cultural. He hasn't really branched off into the mainstream like Burna Boy, Wizkid, and stuff like that. But definitely Umu's probably my first one, just because I'm paying homage to my Igbo heritage.
Shout out to the Igbo culture.
And then Burna Boy. Burna Boy is awesome. Wizkid. I would say those are my top 3.
Okay.
Tim's is obviously everybody knows about her. She's killing the game right now. But there's a couple more artists. I'm kind of brain scattered right now, but those are my top 3.
Okay. All right.
Going back a little bit, because we was talking about the foundation and what you was built on. We have talks all the time. You already know that about God, about how that's important. That's also important, not only in you, but like your mom and pops also was teaching you that like it's important to have God there to lead you to the forefront. So like a question I have for you, which we talk about this all the time, but like, is that also like not only going to whole like learning perseverance and all that stuff, but is God being there at the forefront, or just at least you understanding that, look, I get to these places because he's setting a way for me? Is that like a big thing that like pushes you, or even like you may have like little talks with him here and there or whatever?
Most definitely. Because God is definitely involved, man. God is definitely involved. You know, so I'm not surprised that I'm where I am right now. I haven't made it by any means, you know, but along this ride, God has definitely been right there with me. I talked about this situation, everything I'm doing now. I had a conversation with God years ago about this. You know, I used to write on the walls and stuff like that when I was in college, you know, and about what I'm doing now. So, you know, God is definitely real in my life. And I don't necessarily, I mean, I could talk to God anywhere, man. Like, that's my thing. I do need to go to church a little bit more.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I need to go to church a little bit more. But nah, man, I'm a very spiritual dude, man. He's all in me, you know. I know when you die, there's just no way you just go 6 feet under. What a boring life to live if you think you just die and you just go in the dirt. Right. Nah, God has definitely been involved in this journey, man, for sure. Oh, yeah.
And then going back to, so about that, because you're bringing up the journey, and then you mentioned earlier about Texas Tech and that whole journey. So the whole Texas Tech, everybody knows, first of all, Texas Tech is a party school.
It's a party school, for
so
sure.
So obviously, I know you dove into that a little bit.
Reckon.
But first of all, you said you got your degree, right?
I got my degree.
And what did you get? Go ahead.
A lot of people, hey,
give Miss Flowers.
I'm a college dropout. I didn't finish my party, so hey, shout out to you. College is hard to graduate.
I just dropped out.
For
the third
time. It took me a while though, man. It took me till I was 25 to actually get my undergrad degree,
it,
but I got it, man.
You got it.
It was a journey for sure. Yeah, but through that journey, God was involved, man. My dad, man, he gave me a verse to kind of persevere through that journey,
he got
man.
It on the phone. We know it's real.
It's hopefully my phone don't die. I always forget the verse though. It is Peter 1:2-4. All people are like grass, and all their glory is like the flowers of the field. The grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of the Lord endures forever. Yeah. So
message.
So through my journey, man, of the ups and downs, it was always Peter 1:2-4. You know, that verse is always, you know, the glory comes and goes, man. It's as easy as that, man. I'm not worried about the glory. You know what I mean? I know that's gonna come. So just appreciating and knowing that God's with you during that journey is really what mattered to me. Because I know back then, man, that my mindset was completely off, man. I thought it was all me. You know what I mean? I thought that, you know, I was good at football and I was doing all this. You know, my Letterman jacket in high school said Mr. Conceited. Damn. You know, yeah. So that kind of explains everything. Right. What my mindset was back then. You know, I got getting the scholarship.
You got that in your closet right now? You got that in your closet?
I don't have it in my closet.
You trying to put him on blast? You trying to put him on blast, man?
I'm gonna let you shout out.
It's at home, but that side of me is gone, man. Because, you know, I was humble. So, you know, I was humbled, and through that humbling, obviously, you know, God came in the picture. But definitely, Peter 1:2-4, that verse has always stuck with me to this day. So that verse keeps me humble, knowing that, you know, the glory comes and goes, man.
That's crazy you said that, because that's the whole thing when we pick our guests for the podcast. We reach out to people who got a story to tell, went through adversity, And also, you know, didn't let the adversity, whatever it may be, shake them, because we live in the world now, like, mental awareness, mental toughness is not the same. Not in a bad way, but I coach too, and you know, you have to know, it's just like you barber, you know how your clients are. The kids younger are really, you say, if right now, if I do this to a kid, hey, get the ball, that kid might cry, but in our era, it's like, yo, go sit your butt down. But it's your upbringings too, because I know when I'm coaching the kid, I can just look at how the parents teach them, how to approach them. Then I know if I got a kid over to the other side like this, they're yelling at them, I can approach them. So we try to pick guests like that have a story to tell, not one-dimensional. And I appreciate you being on the show just for that purpose, because I feel like you said, the glory. We're all in the thing of like, it's just a combination now, like, oh, you're elite, oh, you're dope, you're awesome. But nobody tells the backdraft story of like, yo, I suffered. Yo, I didn't make it. Yo, I starved. Yo, I had a crisis. Everybody wants fast results, but they never understand like the story to build up to get there. And all they want to see is like, oh, Brad is the best barber in Dallas. But what about those cuts I was doing for $5 and $10 when nobody's rocking me? So that's why I like it.
Was like this.
Not even that. Like, you know, before, like when it wasn't an app to book me, you know. So I always like to talk to people who, you know, have a story to tell, as opposed to, it's cool to have the celebrities and stuff like that. That's cool, we can get one of them. But I think people don't understand that everybody has a story, and the best thing is what you're saying now to before, like, yo, I struggled. Yo, it wasn't sweet. Everybody's gonna look at like, oh, he made it. But I like to see the before you made it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I had a little thing at Texas Tech called Campus Cuts, man. So you know, I was definitely that was part of the whole transitioning into Texas Tech and finding myself. You know, I had a little thing called Campus Cuts. So you know, I'm hitting the freshmen up. You know, $5 haircuts, like you said. You know, dorm room. So you know, definitely that was a beautiful journey. You know, beautiful struggle for sure.
One of my favorite J. Cole songs, Beauty in the Struggle. I think it was Love Yours. One of my favorite songs said Beauty in the Struggle. So
oh yeah,
I'll let that for sure.
I was just gonna say that it's cool. Like I think a big reason why, because I've had a lot of barbers, but I think a big reason why I come to you, not only because you cut good hair, but it's the conversation, and it's the how authentic you are and how real you are about life. Like, you're not scared to be like, look, this is where I was, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm sitting right now, and we always have like real good conversations to where I'm supposed to be here for like 30-40 minutes, and I'm here for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I need to work on that.
We got a guy waiting at the door.
Everybody girlfriend getting mad at me and stuff.
I think a barber is like a hood therapist, and one stop, because usually, I know for me, I done had the same barber since I moved out forever. You're going to keep him, you know, until the wheels fall out. But people don't really fail to realize, like, a barber is if you have a good barber, it's like a real serious situation. It's not just like, oh, get a cut, you know, go to Walmart, buy my milk, go. It's like, nah, bro, like, we talking about life, how your kids doing, what's going on with you, what's your goals. You bond with that person. So I think people got to realize the best barbers like yourself are successful anywhere they go, because their relationship skills with people, communication, the cut, and you know what I'm saying? I think that most barbers are more successful not only because of the cut, but they're people, person. Yeah. Because you don't want to go to a barber like, $20, get out my face. Like, hey, fam, like.
Yeah, because there's a guy down the street that do that.
Nah, most definitely.
I'm good.
No,
I'll pay a little more.
You pay for quality.
Not only that, because, you know, I stay, 30-40 minutes away with traffic, and I don't mind driving this way. I really don't mind driving this way, because it's just the whole experience that you give, and then we kicking it too. It's not like it's a forced convo thing. It's organic, we just talk. I don't even think there's ever been a time where I was sat there and we just quiet and not saying nothing. Like, we always talk about something. Guys always mention our past with football is always mentioned. We talk about people that we knew before. Like, it's just,
I got a question.
It's dope.
Y'all went to school together?
No, I went to Arlington High. He went to Lamar, so like rivals almost.
Did y'all play each other?
We probably did, but we don't like.
Yeah, back then.
I was gonna ask a question like, did you lay him out? You lucky.
So I graduated 09.
You graduated 09, and I graduated 08.
My 09 class.
Y'all killed.
Did you play on Jay? Your freshman year, did you play as on JV squad?
Nah, my freshman year I was just freshman.
Yeah, see, I don't think we played. Even senior year. Did you
Yeah.
start your junior year?
Yeah, my junior and senior year. We played Lamar my junior and senior
killed him.
year. We beat them. It was a close game.
Barely.
But
They
my
barely beat
the 08 class beat us though. So my junior year y'all beat us. My junior year, y'all, so it would have been your senior year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did beat y'all. It was we played y'all, and then the next game we played Martin. I remember.
Yeah.
We beat y'all at the UTA stadium.
We got a bar.
So this for you too.
Yeah, he went to Arkansas too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there.
So, look, so this for him too in the back. We beat them, and then I think they kicked the onside kick because it was a close game. They kicked the onside kick,
smell an L coming.
and Sean Harrison,
He remember the name.
coldest receiver. Sean Harrison for real. He was a cold receiver.
This was 08 or 09?
This was
08 we played y'all at Lamar.
so y'all.
I'm sorry, 07 we played y'all at Lamar. That was my junior.
Well, that was y'all's home field too. Remember?
Our home field was UTA. Our home field was UTA.
I think when we played y'all, you don't remember this game? Y'all kicked the onside kick. Sean Harrison ran up.
That probably would have been my
picked up the
sophomore
onside
year.
kick and took it to the house.
Say, that might
then the game was over.
That might have been y'all year. That might have been y'all year. Cause I think y'all played Lamar at UTA.
I graduated 06.
Yeah, you
You
graduated.
got your oh, so you probably played against my brother.
He played against Dario.
So he probably
yeah.
knows. Yeah, he
Yeah,
probably
he-
like seen Dario before. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anything, he remembered me in that game.
You know, say that.
tell him.
Say this
Look,
thing that
look,
game.
you better remember me.
What'd you
Remember me
play?
that game.
What'd you play?
I played everything on defense.
Safety,
Well, see,
DB,
I think he
tackle.
played DT. So
I had
Yeah, nah, I remember that game. Yeah, you did your thing that game for
I was
sure.
causing fumbles, catching interceptions. I was balling, bro.
He said nicely, your brother got killed. Nicely, he just said respectfully.
that was the year.
31-7.
Y'all won, right? That was the year. That was the year.
Peace Boy, he said 31-7.
I remember that. We lost. Did y'all make the playoffs that year though?
Yeah.
You did, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't see y'all in the playoffs. I remember we were.
didn't make
That was the year they
my
was
sister,
ranked.
y'all didn't make the playoffs.
They was ranked 10th in the nation, or something like that.
It was
and then they just was losing.
It was
Lamar,
that.
yeah.
It was that 07, 08 year that was. I feel like was
that
good
after us.
with
We
Lamar.
had to make playoffs my year. We was the only school from Arlington to make playoffs.
They didn't make playoffs that year. Maybe it was 05 then.
I think it was 07.
Remember where
I think
they
it was
lost?
07, 08.
07, 08. They were.
No, we didn't make.
Y'all
Oh wait,
didn't
we
make
didn't make the playoffs.
Okay, it had to be 07.
In
then.
07, we didn't make the playoffs
Really?
either because we had Housen Maxwell. I don't know if you remember him, running back.
That name
He
sound
played-
familiar. That
he
name
played-
sound real familiar.
He played like Reggie Bush, and we'd be like, oh man, that's Reggie Bush right there. That's when Reggie Bush was going off at USC, and that man just would
So
fumble
that
the
had
ball.
been earlier.
Yeah, it had to have been
That had
earlier.
been earlier.
Yeah, it had to have been earlier.
It's probably my junior year. It could have been my junior or my sophomore year. Because we was cool my junior year.
Man, my junior year and senior year.
Friday Night Lights.
We was old.
Friday Night
Both
Lights.
of those years, one day out.
Big mess of memories
Right?
for real.
Be like, I'll fight you right now. it did give you a cut.
So, behind the kicks, one transition. We always mention sneakers, and we're gonna promote you too. How you promote yourself. So, what are like if you had to choose? I call them top 5, top 3 that allow. What are some sneakers you remember like younger, like okay, like mom and dad, like I need these. What are your top 5 sneakers? What and why? And then I know it's always one like
5?
Or top 3, whatever.
Top 3?
Yeah, I'm thinking about 5 to top. Let's do 3. Top 3 sneakers that allow top 3. And then what's one of the ones like you remember like you looking at mom and dad like I know these 150, but look, I need
Like you
these
need
joints.
'em.
Like
You
look,
need 'em.
I done cleaned the room. I'm tackling people. My grades good. Like what are those?
So, growing up, you talking about growing up?
Yeah, growing up.
Man, growing up, it was, I remember it was was it the slip-on N1s?
The slip-ons.
The slip-on?
With the little walker.
Yeah, the
I remember
slip-ons,
them.
those was hard.
Damn, I ain't seen them in a minute.
Yeah.
You gotta put a video picture up for them.
I'll put a
Yo.
video in the
I
picture.
haven't, go ahead, my bad.
We needed those for
Yeah.
the Reebok Classics. I was on some Reebok
Yeah,
Classics back
Iverson.
then. Yeah.
Well, it's a
Oh
Reebok
yeah,
right there.
Reebok classes.
Reebok
Oh, the classics.
Yeah, with the strap.
Yeah, with the strap.
With the strap.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. I remember them.
Reebok Classics, and then what was the other one?
Damn, my slip was tough.
What was the other
Man, I'm
ones?
trying to think
Reebok
about
Classic.
shoes, like-
Obviously the Air Force Ones,
Yeah,
right?
classic.
You know, Air Force Ones. Everybody
Classic.
wanted the Air Force Ones.
I think that's when they really got big. And when we was in high school,
High school,
because that's
sure.
when
Nelly.
Nelly came out
2 pair.
with the Air Force Ones. Yeah.
Yeah. The white ones are popular now, but you know, the black ones was
Black
cool
was,
then. You
yo,
know,
Black
the
was
black
cool.
was
Black high
not,
tops.
it was not a murder. Yo, when we was growing up, you could wear a pair of
yeah.
all blacks and you
You'd
wasn't
be
on-
scared, okay,
Yeah, you
yeah.
had to scare me. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. My son, like, y'all don't do all blacks, but all blacks was normal.
Elijah,
can't trust cats all black.
Elijah, he got some all white ones, but when we was getting those all white ones, he's like, "Dang, I know all black ones." I said, "You gonna
Yeah,
stay
like-
away from those."
But it
You
wasn't
gonna
like
stay
that
away
when we
from
had
all
them.
black.
Now you see, like, you can be in the book, like, we got on all black ones, all black.
They
I'm gonna go
clean,
turn
but-
right
Other way.
Yeah.
When somebody put on them black ones, they trying to go stomp somebody
Yeah.
out. Like
I see in my head NBA YoungBoy music, a lot of gun finger pointing. And
the dirty kid always had those in school.
Look at my school.
Dirty kid.
Yeah, Lamar, the dirty kid.
They getting
always
beat up
had
now.
all-
The white forces
all the
getting beat
black
up now.
forces.
Yeah, the whites is
Y'all see
done.
what's happening, man.
The whites
down
is
back.
done. The whites is done. And then also what you playing, what was like at football, I thought it was gonna fall. Reflex. Scared me. Strobe light scared me. Man, that swoop, I got scared. But I know in football, I didn't get into football until later, but my favorite football shoe was the Mike Vick turf shoe. What was one of your
Those
favorite?
was clean.
Man, the
Those
turf
was
ones
clean.
with the strap?
That was in 06.
Zip up? God,
That was
crazy.
in 06.
Yeah. But
I remember those.
What was your favorite football cleat? And if it wasn't a cleat, what was your favorite football shoe? If it wasn't a cleat that you remember, like
I'm gonna remember. It was. I think it was called the Vipers. Was it the Vipers?
Vapors.
Vapors.
Yeah, Vapers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
The all, I think I had the cause I couldn't afford those shoes. So there was this kid. Shout out to Cody, cause Cody, he had money. His parents had money.
He stole his shoes.
He
dog.
got a brand new pair. No, I still he got a brand new pair of Vapors, and then he let me use them in practice one day. His old ones, and I said, and they had like a little hole right here. So like if I step, sometimes you out there practice with water and you get your sock wet, and I was like, man, I don't even care about that little hole in it because these is
They
clean.
look clean,
And
yeah.
there was the all black right here, and there was all white back here. There was them white and black ones. I was like, man, they're my favorite. I don't even know where them at to this day.
Oh, do they still sell them?
No, they don't even
They
make
don't sell
it.
They
Vapor-
got so
They
many.
got something that's kind of like that, but it's not the same.
They make Jordan cleats.
Cleats
Cleats are
kind of
clean
cool
now.
now.
Cleats
Yeah.
are clean now.
They-
I want to take some of the things off and wear a regular couple
Nah,
of things.
man, yeah. Back in the day, the coldest dude probably had the Jordan. I don't even think Jordan Cleats was out back then, right?
No, it was the Randy
Only-
Moss Super
only,
Freaks.
Okay.
Super Freak
But
Randy
only
Moss.
they did the but it'd be like one or two people in the NFL.
Got Jordan Cleats.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
like
it was-
custom. It wouldn't
Well,
be.
Well, high school teams got Jordan Cleats now, right?
Look at Duncanville.
Oh yeah.
Duncanville balling in the leathers.
I know when I was at Lamar, we had we were sponsored by Reebok for our cleats. There was those all white ones with the blue. I didn't like those. They were like, they would get your feet hot. Like, I didn't like those. There were those that they gave us, and then we had who was it? Under Armour that made our jerseys.
Yeah.
I think Under Armour made our jerseys. I'm not gonna lie,
Everybody
I didn't like our jerseys.
It
They
was
were, you
Lamar.
know how you buy your jersey at the end of the year? You could keep the jersey. I didn't want the jersey.
I wish we was sponsored, man. We was sponsored by like Russell or something like that back in high school. Russell, but everybody was back in.
But see, that wasn't really a thing though when we was in high school.
Getting
That
spon-
started becoming a thing.
Whenever we got out,
and you had to
you
make
right.
the playoffs. You had to be like known.
It was like
a
the
known
South
team.
Lakes that was
Yeah.
sponsored. Well, yeah, I guess Under Armour wasn't really popping until we got
Nah,
to college,
Under Armour
right?
wasn't like that. Yeah.
Skin
Shout out
tight.
Steph Curry.
Shouts out to Steph.
Steph Curry is
He
all
made
that.
Under Armour relevant. Even though y'all need to make better sneakers, though. That trash. Sorry.
I don't know. Them Currys is clean.
He's wilding.
No, I seen some all red Currys. At Marshalls,
Vital,
at
man.
Marshalls, I seen some
Wow.
all red Currys.
What are you, blood? Those are trash.
Those
Wait, I'm not wearing no curries.
They're light.
And if you get it for my son, we're fighting. Anywho, we want to transition again. Like you said, we want to get people they just do on here. So we want to promote yourself. Shout out to your YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Also, too, Snapchat. But before we get into that, I want to touch on something we talked about, that's under works. This man, Brad, has a beard oil coming out. And what's so dope about it is natural. And when people fail to realize that some beard oils out here, I'm not going to name companies, they use different paraffins that's not good for black people's skin or people of color, and it breaks out, causes issues. But
Yeah, you
stuff,
know, people like me
yeah,
got full
ingrown.
beards, man. We don't got time for that.
Once he uses, hey, check him in the month. He gonna use brand product. He gonna be like me. But I know people fail to realize.
Packs.
People fail to realize that if you don't use certain stuff, you get ingrown hairs. And your product is natural. I know it's under works. We don't want to say everything, but can you tell us about it? What your beard oil is different from everybody else, and also why it's a good product to use because you know of that. And on cue, we got the beard oil on deck right here for you. Tell us about that.
So this right here, this is I'm making the product. I'm making the beard oil, and it's an essential oil as well too. Under collaborate with culture. So the first line I'm going to drop is called the Virgo, and it just kind of goes back to the whole collaborating with culture experience. But first of all, I'll tell y'all, you know, a lot of people think that they need beards to have a beard to use beard oil. It's really just essential oils. When it comes to beard and maintaining your beard, you got to think about it like, you know, everywhere in your body has pores. So, you know, underneath your beard, there's pores. So you just lubricating your pores so that those hairs can grow out naturally, and you don't get ingrown hairs and whatnot. But you can also rub the beard oil on your skin, and we're kind of promoting it as a fragrance as well too. So with this beard oil, it has, you know, all of the beard oils have olive oil, sweet almond oil, coconut oil, wheat germ oil, aloe vera, jojoba oil.
I can never pronounce it. I always see it at the store. Thank you for saying that. I cannot pronounce it. I always say it. Go, appreciate that because I cannot pronounce it.
I got man, tongue twister, vitamin E, and fragrance oils. So yeah, so this is the first line we're dropping called the Virgo, and it's like I said, under collaborate with culture. With the Virgo, you're going to be collaborating into the Virgo experience, the Virgo culture. Anybody could be a Virgo. It's not for one specific person. It's just for the experience of the Virgo. So, you know, we'll drop a Virgo, we'll drop a Gemini, we'll drop a, you know, whatever the case it may be. We're just kind of creating an experience. Mm-hmm. So with the Virgo, it has musk, sandalwood, and bourbon. So yeah, musk. Yeah,
I'm gonna need to buy a pair of that, man.
Musk, sandalwood, and bourbon, and the drop is going to be in September. So that's when the launch is going to be. But yeah, like I said, man, you don't really need, like I use this beard oil on my beard, but I also use it as a lotion. You know, I put it on my face, I put it on my body. It doesn't dry your skin out, and then you smell good. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a fragrance. It's not just an oil. You know, if you don't have cologne one day, you can use this, and you know it's a substitute cologne. So it sinks into your pores. It's gonna stay with you. It's gonna smell good. You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, messing your shirt up or cologne's kind of sinking into your shirt. You know, you can use a fragrance instead. You can use a beard oil instead as a fragrance. So we're trying to push it as a multi-purpose instead of just a beard oil, because a lot of people are not educated on, especially men. We're not really educated on, you know, fragrances and stuff like that. We're just not getting educated on fragrances. But it's just the oil, and I mean, like I said, it has olive oil and, you know, etc. in it. But the product is made by a great chemist. You know, the guy knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not gonna mess with any guy that, you know, I'm not gonna put my name on anything that's bad. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So y'all got any questions? Yeah, hit me up. It's my Instagram is at Brad Onye, so BRAD_ONYAY.
The big camera. And the link,
everything gonna be under
the link
video.
for his Instagram is down here in the description. So y'all go ahead and y'all go follow him, man.
The brand,
shout him out.
The brand is called Collaborate with Culture. So it's Collaborate with Culture, all in one. And then we got a website coming. Like I said, the drop is going to be in September. So y'all be able to order the Virgo in September. So we'll have the website up under Collaborate with Culture. But if y'all want to go in and follow at Collaborate with Culture on Instagram, y'all can go ahead and do that.
All right, and I'm gonna put me down for two. I'm not even saying it for camera. He know me. Just tell me how much it is. I'll send it to you. I do clothes and sneakers, so I support people. And I like how you said I use essential oil. So for the consumer in September, you guys don't understand. I don't even use cologne anymore. I use essential oils. That stuff lasts better than cologne because it catches the pheromone in your body. So he's ahead of the curve because he already got a beard oil that's essential oil. So when you out and about, you see them ladies, if you single on, no problems. Like, what are you wearing? That essential oil, that Virgo he got coming. It's gonna get you right, you know, because it's gonna outlast that Gucci Guilty last for about 30 minutes. That Virgo ain't gonna run out.
Yes, sir.
I buy cologne too, but I know the essential oils it runs to your body well. I could be coaching, working, and that stuff still lasting. So put me down for 2 for Virgo. You better buy something too, because you get a haircut. He gonna give you a chili boy if you don't buy no Virgo. Real bad chili that day.
Give me a couple. I'm not paying them.
What's your birth time?
I don't know.
Your birth time?
I don't care about none of that.
Exactly.
I'm a Scorpio.
The Scorpio. Okay, for sure.
Whatever February is.
This guy. You know your son.
I don't care about that.
That's the girls do.
Yeah, the women love it. They think they know you by that. Like, ooh, you so and so that means you this.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that.
Oh yes, he doesn't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes. Behind the Kix for real.
Trying to get me in trouble, man.
Hey, stab him. Right after the interview, don't tell him that. For my pizza puff, mother. Yeah. Before it's a spot. I'm gonna say this anyway. I'm mad. This is before he got here, man. It's a spot. I'm for this off record. I'm mad. So I'm from Gary, Indiana, and it's hard. He got family in Chicago. It is hard to get like the food, right? Spot. Shout out to Hershey's and Arlington. They got rib tips.
Hershey's Palace.
Hershey's Palace. Rib tips. Barbecue is fire. He know I like this place, right? I'm at my son game. This man rolls up with a bag, right? And his young lady, his lady told him, I think Vontae might want one. He says,
No.
I wasn't even thinking.
No.
That's
She
funny.
said this when we got here, but she didn't say nothing about Vontae might want one because you kept saying, "Oh, I'm gonna eat after. I'm gonna eat after." I kept telling him.
But his levels, Hershey's
I kept
is different.
telling him he got food underneath.
You knew he liked it?
Because the way his apartment's up here and they got like food spots down there. And I told him they got food spots. Oh no, I'll wait till after.
Hershey's is different.
Somebody kept telling me after, man. You don't want the food.
Okay,
It's that Chicago place I told you about. It's in Arlington.
You told Brad
I
about
told
it
him
too.
about, but he ain't gonna go to Arlington to get it.
That's cool.
He not.
Is it in the shopping center?
It's right by UCS.
It's right off
It's
of
like,
right by the court, the Arlington court, right
Okay,
across
right
the street.
Okay.
it's like, okay,
By Fuzzy's Taco, right across the street from
by
Fuzzy's Taco.
UTA?
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Let's say like you know your mom make a dish. Now your dish you can't get nowhere. That's how I felt about the Hershey's. I can't.
They still open.
That boy teasing you.
Man, I'm mad about it. That's cool.
Shout out to Hershey's. Also, Hershey's Palace. If you see this, you can sponsor us.
Virgo, get it September by Brad.
Hershey's Palace, get it. Arlington.
Camera lady, staff him after this. But man, I appreciate the interview, Josh. You got anything else you want to drop some
No,
gems?
I just I appreciate the interview as well. It just happened organically
Facts.
because we was talking about it and we was thinking about people to get, and I was like, I'm gonna just ask Brad if he want to do it because I know you got all this stuff. You got the your lotions, you got the hair gel that you said you was gonna start getting into too, which.
Beard balm.
You got to come back for a part 2 too, just on your products, because I really want to promote. Like whenever you're ready with the products, just hit us. We'll pull up and we'll do the products. How am I use them? Because I think we in a world now, like you ahead of the curve. Like we ain't got to go to the store to buy stuff like that no more. Like we like we at an era like it's not needed. I gotta go to Walmart. Be like,
You just gotta know somebody.
yeah, you know somebody.
And then when you know somebody, like with you,
And it
doing the
lasts
order,
better.
like
Yeah,
we
for
gonna
sure.
come to you for it.
And it lasts better.
And yours might be more expensive than Walmart, but we
It
know the
lasts
quality.
longer.
That's love.
Yeah, the quality is always better.
So we got to do a part 2 with whatever the stuff ready. You hit us. If you want us to promote anything, hit us. You got Josh information, get my information. We all about just trying to network with people that we feel got a story to tell, been through some things and still not done. And we want to catch the beginning. We don't want to catch the, it's cool. You know, we'll take some celebrities, some athletes. We got something coming. I can't talk about it. Some NBA people, but I like to get people that's still doing things because I think we're in a world now where everybody just wants to, they don't want to see the work, they want to see the results. Even social media, you go on there right now, you
Yeah.
scroll. Like, oh, She looks amazing.
But nobody knows she has a lot of plastic surgery.
BBL is real. I know a few women.
It's not really that amazing.
I know a few.
Yeah, go ahead.
BBL is real. Photoshop is real. Catfish is real.
Speaking of Photoshop, since you mentioned this right now. No, so my girl has a friend. Hannah has a friend, or somebody that's on her Instagram, and she said she had seen them or something like on there, and that the person. Remember you was telling me this story, that the person they had seen in real life looked nothing like, or you was watching something and it was like that. I don't remember.
Catfish for real.
Catfish.
I remember you told me though.
One of your friends look different. They look like a person.
That they don't look like that. Oh, we're not gonna say their name.
We ain't gonna say their name. It was bad. So they went from like model to regular.
Like
they look better before
like
they
they went from no
flat,
stomach and just Coke bottle shape to
relax.
Stomach
belly I got right now.
No Coke bottle.
How'd
shape.
that happen?
Yeah, how they do that? Photoshop?
Because there's apps that you could like erase.
Catfish you?
Okay.
Erase, edit. You could like distort.
Man,
like a shirt. Me doing this, I could like on the app. You could like do this.
That's too much work.
Just on the app.
Yeah, that's
just on the app.
Dating 2022 is different. Dang.
So what app is that again?
No, I don't need it.
Let me get rid of this stomach real quick.
Right, I'm gonna just work out. I don't got good tomorrow. Going back to the gym running.
Yeah.
But
No, you're not. But okay.
how much would you bet? I'll bet you some
I'm not
Hershey's.
gonna bet you because then you're gonna do
I'll
it.
bet you Hershey's.
That's $6. I'm not betting you.
I'm gonna get some more expensive. You gotta pay for it.
I'm not buying you no beef
Easy.
tips.
Come on it, 'cause I'm trying to go.
But no, I appreciate you. Like I said, anything to promote. Follow him on social media: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Book a cut. If they want to book you for a cut, you
Oh
got
yeah.
anything?
Tell them the where to go to book.
If y'all want to book a cut, just go to my Instagram at Brad Onye, at Brad_Onye, and there's a booking link right under there. Or you can go to Collaborate with Culture and book Collaborate with Culture and book an appointment. So if you want to give me a call, 817-863. Should I put my number out here? Nah.
You know these robot calls is gonna be 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do all that.
817-22. I'll give the Mike Jones number.
Yeah, right. 800. Yeah. Nah,
You don't know his number? You don't need the number.
We just do the Brad Onye at Brad Onye and at Collaborate with Culture at Brad_Onye. ONYAY. BRAD_ONYAY.
And the link for his Instagram, the link for his whatever he wants on there, Snapchat, the Collaborate with Culture link. I'll put all that's gonna be under the description. So y'all go down below. Don't forget, man, like and subscribe, man.
Like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, YouTube. Follow him first.
We trying to get to 100 subs right now.
What are we at?
We at like 40.
And we just started. Look at that.
We just started.
No
So
bots.
it's only been like a month.
But yeah, follow him on his page. His links will be at the bottom. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok. If you want to be a guest, you can email us at
Behind the Kix, KIX @gmail.com.
all right.
Or go ahead and message us on Instagram. It's the same thing, Behind the Kix with an X, not CKS. CK? Oh, I thought I said
It's an
it.
X.
CKS. It's an X.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. Hit us up on TikTok.
We'll have a giveaway coming at 100 subscribers. Merch is coming soon. I'm Crook.
Josh.
Brad.
And that's Hannah behind the scenes. That's the real Behind the Kix. She made this possible. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you.
Always behind the
scenes. Thank you.
On YouTube, if y'all
Make
see
it look good.
y'all see the little shorts.
She's a camera lady.
It's because she back there.
Yeah, we gotta give her flowers
putting up
too.
the shorts, she
Thank
recording
you.
everything.
Thank you.
But
Yeah,
thank you everybody for watching, man. Thanks again, Brad.
I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you. Real talk.
Behind the Kicks, man. Y'all
Episode
look
6.
forward. Look forward to everything
Episode
he
6.
doing, everything we doing. Hey, we going big.
We out. And it's a wrap.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful guy.